All right, hello and welcome. My name is Shauna. This is our FitEssentials intermediate class. I do not have them with me today, but if you do have your blood flow bands, go ahead and add air now. I will be keeping track of that 20-minute mark for anyone that's working with them to give you a little cue to let that air out after 20 minutes. And those of you that are ready to work, we're going to go ahead and come onto our back to get started. I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the low back and get some glute activation as well. So if you're not already down there, go ahead and gently make your way down, coming onto your back. And we're going to begin with that double kneaded chest. So you're going to go ahead and hug your legs in towards your body, and then just nice and gentle, go ahead and rock yourself side to side. Loosen everything up. Very good. So from here, we're going to start to work our glute bridge by placing both feet back on the ground with the knees bent, feet about hip width apart, and then check in with your upper body. If you need to, you can draw those shoulders back and down underneath the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently start to pull the belly in, raise those hips up off the ground. Not trying to prove anything on that first rep, just feeling where you get a nice gentle opening, and then go ahead and bring them back down. We're going to go 60 seconds of this. So kind of find your rhythm. The higher the hips rise, the more you want to draw that chin in towards the chest. I'm starting out a little bit slower here, but if you want to pulse your hips up and down a little bit faster, you're welcome to it. What we want to focus on most is trying to get a little bit more activation with each rep, meaning I want to try to fire more of those muscle fibers by just squeezing into those muscles. Very good. A couple more times. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you lift those hips up. And 3, 2, 1, and resting there. Very nice. Reset the feet, keeping the feet just a little bit closer. And from here, we're going to bring the arms up to overhead. And we're going to start to practice that hollow body. Just focus on the upper body for the moment. So, lift up, trying to make your body into like the shape of a boat. So I draw my belly in, draw my chin to the chest, and then slowly lower back down. If you know the legs, you can also lift the legs off the ground, draw that belly in, holding that, we call it a hollow position, and then resting when you need. Anytime you're ready, you draw the belly in, push that low back into the floor as you lift on up. If you want this to be harder, you could extend those legs straight, but just make sure that you don't sacrifice the position of your low back. Meaning that we don't want to arch the spine. One more time, up and hold, down and rest. Very good. From here, we're going to start to work a single leg bridge. So I'm going to keep the right foot on the ground, raise that left foot straight up in the air. Arms at the side, because we're going to use those arms a little bit more for the single leg. When you're ready, you're going to drive to that right foot. Look to keep your hips nice and level as you raise the hips off the ground. And then we're going to start to gently pulse here, up and down. We're going to go 30 seconds on each side. Pushing through that foot. Focus to keep those hips nice and level. We are halfway through. Think about breathing out as the hips raise up. Breathing in as you control back down. Up and down and rest. Good job. Switching legs. Same thing on that second side. And here we go. If you do find that your hips are dropping and you're not able to hold them level, I would recommend going back to that double leg bridge. You don't want to cause irritation by advancing your skills too soon. And also, I'm focused on really driving through the back of my arms. Helps give a good, strong bracing position. Good. Maybe one more. Up, down, and resting there. Fantastic. All right. Next, we're going to go into a 2-knee twist. So arms to the side, up like 90 degrees, and you're going to bring the legs up and together. And then just nice and gentle, bring both legs to one side. Turn the head and neck, looking over that opposite shoulder. And then sweep the legs across that other side, looking over that second shoulder. And then you get to choose how much in this twist you're going to want to move. We're going to go one more time through those exercises. On the second round for that double leg glute bridge, I'm going to give you the option if you want to do what we call a frog bridge. So I'm going to get ready for that next. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together, pushing them against each other. Arms come back to the side. And then when you're ready, we push the feet against one another, and then we raise the hips up. It's going to be a little bit of a lower bridge, but same idea, pushing against the feet. Good. And just nice, gentle bridge. If you want to start to pulse the hips a little bit faster, up and down, get some nice movement through there. Matching it with your breathing, breathing in as you lower, breathing out as the hips lift up. Halfway through. Fantastic. Really good exercise for all those smaller muscles of our pelvic floor. Working the hips, working the thighs. I think I muted everybody, Diane, but just make sure that you're on mute. Good, up and down. Maybe one or two more. And rest. Good. If your low back's starting to feel a little stiff, go ahead and hug those legs back in for a moment. Return to that double kneaded chest. And we're going to go back to our hollow body next. Very good. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the arms up to overhead. I'm going to work with bent legs here. Again, if you want to extend the legs out, you can. Really key as you raise up, hold that stomach in, push your low back into the floor. And you're going to hold this position just before you feel like maybe that low back's going to start to lift up. Anytime you need a little bit of a break, or if the neck gets tired, lower it down, take a short pause, and then breathe as you lift back up. Good. Stomach drawn in. Go over to spend about 30 seconds here. Almost done in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. All right, single leg glute bridge to finish out this circuit here on the floor. And then we're going to make our way up to standing. So right foot down, left foot up, 2, 1. Here we go. Make sure those arms are at the side, pushing down into your mat. And a nice gentle pulse up and down. Remember to focus on hips staying level. Fantastic. Driving to the back of the arms as well as through the foot, obviously. Driving to that foot, lifting up. Less than 10 seconds. And 2, 1, switching legs. Left leg down, right leg up. When you get there, go ahead and begin. 30 seconds starts now. Super. Just gently draw that chin in towards the chest as the hips lift up. Get a little stretch for the back of the neck. 10 seconds. Fantastic. 3, 2, 1, and everybody rest. Woo! All right, great work. Go ahead and roll on over. We're going to stretch out the wrists next. We've got some burpees coming up in our next section. So I want you to get a good movement into those wrists. You're going to turn the palm down, rotate the hands so the fingers point back towards you. Put it on both sides. Draw the stomach in so we don't go into a swayed back posture here, and just ever so gently lean on back. So I've got my palms down, leaning back. And you can just slightly swivel your body side to side. Just get a nice stretch, especially all the work that we do on the computer, holding our phones in our hands all the time. This time of year, a lot of you are out doing some good gardening. So you get some stiffness in those forearms, which impacts how your wrist can move. All right, go ahead and come off the hands. If you can sit back on your feet, go ahead and sit back, or you can kneel. And now just some quick little wrist circles here. Very good. Circle them around and then circle them the other way. Super. And let's make our way to standing by coming up through down dog. So nice wide handprint as you place the hands down. Turn the toes under as you raise those hips up, and then gently pulse the head between the arms. Breathing in as you rock forward, breathing out as you rock back. Good. A little bit of an opening through that mid-back, and then next, let's pedal out those heels. Rocking those heels out. Lowering the heels down. Get a nice stretch for the lower part of the leg. Stretching out the calves. Good. And then from there, we're going to inchworm our way up. Walking those feet towards the hands. Walking the hands towards the feet. And then slowly coming up out of that forward fold. Fantastic. All right, very good. Once you make your way to standing, circle through the hips. And reverse direction, circle the hips the other way. Super. Moving into that quad stretch next, balance, lift up, grab a foot, pull that heel towards the glutes. All righty, we're getting ready for some squats. If you want to add some overhead work, you can turn it into a thruster with some overhead work. Go ahead and switch feet when you're ready. Set that down. Pull the other one up. From the squat, we're going to be doing a little combo move of 2 burpees into 4 stepper jump jacks. All these exercises are going to be for a minute. And then we'll be doing either some reverse lunges or some giant steps if you're not quite ready for lunges. You can also work some step ups. If you have a little step stool or a staircase, you can do that in place of the lunges. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you some variations as we move, including some variations for like that burpee. If maybe your back's a little bit stiff or you don't want to get all the way on the ground, we can use a chair or a couch to kind of modify that. But first, I'm going to go unweighted on this first round as we move into our squats. So you're going to set the feet about hip width apart, eyes looking up and forward. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to reach the arms out. Drive your hips straight back as you push your knees nice and wide. And once again, this is our first of 3 rounds. So make sure that you pace yourself accordingly. You can even pause the top, take a nice deep breath, and then bringing yourself down. Just a little adjustment on my screen. Fantastic. Good, Diane. Back and up. Nice. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you stand. If you are going to start to work that overhead press without any weights, I would just bring my thumbs towards my shoulders as I lower. As I stand, I reach my arms to overhead. The thumbs to the shoulders, and then raise straight up to overhead. You really want to make sure that as you reach to overhead, you don't go into what we call like a sway back posture. So stack those shoulders right over the hips, draw that stomach in. 10 seconds, everyone. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. In and out. All right, we're going to go right to the burpees and 4 jump jacks. So whenever you're ready, you can begin. I'm going to show the different variations as we're moving. So first is the elevated burpee. Stepping back, stepping up, raise those arms to overhead twice. After the second one, you're going to stay up. And now you're either doing 4 step jacks or 4 jump jacks. So that's one alternative. Second alternative is coming all the way down to the floor, all the way up. Engage those glutes as you pull yourself tall. Very nice. We're 30 seconds into our minute on this circuit. And then once again, step jacks or jump jacks 4 times. 2 and 4 is our number. And then if you want to get a little bit faster, you can start to hop through the feet on the burpees. So stepping or hopping up and back. And then you can do some regular jump jacks. All right, and there's our minute. Kind of a little bit of a warm-up round. From there, we're going to go into our lunging. So depending upon your confidence with this motion, you can do it what we call a giant step, where you just step it back as you reach those arms out. Or if you're comfortable with that lunge, keep that front shin vertical, keep that front heel planted. Lower that back knee towards the floor. Good. Controlling down, heel planted, pull yourself tall at the top. Very nice. Halfway through, Got a full minute on this exercise as well. And we're going to have a stretch break coming up at the end of the circuit. It's our last exercise on this circuit. And then we're going to do it twice more. Good. I'm going to start to move a little bit faster on our later rounds. I'm also going to add some weights, but you do what you need to do for your body. Maybe one more lunge on each leg. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Feel free to grab a drink. If you want to keep that blood flow going, you're welcome to march a little bit here. We're going to be back to the squats. I'm going to go ahead and demo the full thruster on this. So if you want to hold some weights, you can get one weight in each hand. Again, that thruster includes that overhead reach. So instead of those elbows wide, elbows up and forward, feet about hip width apart, draw that stomach in, and then when you're ready, breathing in as you sit back, trying to bring those hips below parallel, and either one or both arms come up to overhead. So if you have trouble with that overhead position, you can also go one arm overhead and then alternate which arm reaches up every time you squat back down. Fantastic. Good. I'm going to go back to both arms together. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out, standing tall. Excellent. Down and up. Good job. We're over halfway. Knees pushed wide, feet stay planted. So it's about finding that middle ground with the feet. You don't want to be so far back into your heels that those toes lift up. Try to find the middle of your foot to center your weight. Good. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Going right into that 2 burpees, 4 step jacks or jump jacks. Remember, you can use that elevated surface. We don't have any assigned rest between exercises, so you just do what you need to do. You need a little bit more rest, just take it. Fantastic. I'm going to go back to the ground. Practice that nice wide handprint. So try to spread your fingers as you reach for that supporting position. 2 burpees, and then 4 step or jump jacks. 30 seconds left. When you come into that top of that push-up, hold strong through the belly. Don't let those hips sink down. Good. Woo! I know it's oftentimes a love-hate relationship with that burpee. Getting on the ground, getting off the ground. And there's our minute. All righty. Take a break as you need. Otherwise, going back to the lunges, if you're full range, able to bring that knee down and you want to hold some weights, you can. Otherwise, just reach those arms up and forward. So back to either the giant steps or the lunge. Really key on that front leg. Don't let that knee shift forward. Keeping that chin nice and vertical. This is where I like to pretend that I'm at the beach and I want to make a nice deep footprint in the sand with my front leg. So I'm going to grip those toes down, propel myself up and forward out of that front heel. Very good. Awesome job. We've got 20 seconds left. Keep that breathing going, pushing those elbows up and forward or reaching your arms straight out. Hips nice and level. Good. Less than 10 seconds. Rest break is coming. Awesome job. And 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. All righty, 2 rounds down, 1 to go. Those of you that started the class with the bands on, you're gonna go ahead and let that air out now. While we're waiting, just a little side stretch here. We're gonna get started in about 15 seconds. Back to those squats with the option of the thruster. I'm gonna take out the overhead portion for this last round, hold a little bit heavier weight for the squat. All right, feet about hip width apart, and begin. Breathing and moving. Remember, you can slow it down by stopping at the top, taking a full breath before you come into that next rep. Good. If you want to challenge yourself a bit more, then take the pause out of it. Squeeze the glutes as you stand all the way up, and then making your way back down. The goal is for every rep to look the same. Awesome job. That's halfway, everyone. Good work. Trying to get comfortable with my kettlebell here. It's kind of right in front of my face. I'll turn the bell handle down. 15 seconds left. Last round. We're going to go directly in to the 2 burpee, into the 4 jump jacks. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. As fast or as slow as you need to move, just try to keep yourself moving. If you are stepping the legs back, look to alternate from rep to rep. Which foot steps back and up? 2 burpees, 4 jump jacks. As I start to eat my hair. Woo! Good job. Try to smile as you move. Remind your body that exercise is good for the soul, good for the spirit. Keep our body vital. Nice. As you come up from those burpees, raise those arms up to overhead. 20 seconds left. Back and down, up and forward. 10 seconds. Woo! And 2, 1, get ready for the lunges. You want to hold weight, you can. Make sure that you have that in good control. This will be our final minute before the cool down. Here we go. Control through that knee, up and forward. You want to slow it down, you can bring the leg all the way up into a high knee position. So I cycle the knee up, step it down, and then switch legs. Up, down, and switch. You want to get more reps of the lunge in, more tension through the legs, then take out that high knee position and focus on just the lunging portion. Awesome. Halfway through, if you get to where you're like, man, enough lunges for me, then march in place. Finish out the session. 20 seconds. You got people of different levels. My goal for you is to always feel like you're recovered enough to come back for that next session, rather than destroy yourself and feel like you take a long time to recover. Almost done, and resting there. Woo! Nice job. Ready? Catch a quick drink, and then we're going to do a little cool down stretch. Short and sweet today. All right. We're going to do a little bit of a side stretch to start. Take your left leg, step it back. Right hand, your left hand comes up to overhead, peer up to that hand, stretching that side body. Breathing a couple of times, and then switch. Switch the feet as well. Stagger the other foot back, reaching up to overhead. Very good. And resting there. Walk those feet nice and wide, behind the back stretch next, and then we're gonna make our way down to the floor to finish. Draw the belly in. Little baby bend in those knees as you interlace those hands behind you. Extend those elbows, and then long spine, sending those hips back. If you're comfortable with doing so, let your head be a little heavy here. Let gravity give you a little space through your neck. Breathe. Good. Push those legs, making your way back up to standing. Woo. Get the blood back out of your head. And then when you're ready, making your way back down to the mat. We're going to start with a child stretch. So hands and knees to begin. Bring your toes together. Walk your knees wide, reach your arms straight out, and then lower your hips back as you bow that head down. Now try to send your air into the back of the body and the sides of that rib cage, looking to expand your breath. On the exhale, see if your chest wants to come a little closer to that floor. Deep breath in. Smooth breath out. One more time. And coming back to all fours. Very good. We're going to go inner thigh opener next. Starting with your left leg, you're going to extend it straight out to the sides. And instead of being on the side of your ankle, turn the sole of your foot down. Try to grip the toes. And then from here, rocking the hips back towards the heel, bowing the head down, breathing in as you rock forward, breathe as you rock. 3 to 5 times. Rock it forward, rocking it back. 1 or 2 more. Good. When you're ready, switching sides. Left leg comes in and right leg extends out. Again, not on the side of the foot, grip the pad of the foot down, and then 3 to 5 times here. Rocking back and rocking forward. Breathing in as you come forward, breathing out as you lower back. 1 or 2 more. Fantastic. When you finish there, bring that leg in and then make your way onto your back. Loosen that low back up again, hugging those legs in, and gently rock your body side to side. From here, keep the right leg in at your chest and extend your left leg straight out. Go ahead and bring your right leg across the body like you're trying to bring it towards that left shoulder. Stretching out through that glute a little bit. You can add some movement in through the ankle here as you're stretching out that side of the hip. Turn that ankle around on that right foot. Go ahead and roll it around the other way a couple of times. And then when you're ready, switching sides, extending the right leg straight out and drawing that left leg in. First towards the left shoulder, and then bring it across the body towards the right, looking to open up through this outer hip area. Add the ankle rolls. The ankle the other way. And switch. Good job. Figure 4 stretch. Bringing your right leg back into the picture with that foot on that left thigh. And then you're going to look to hug that left leg in towards the chest. Take the right foot and draw the toes. Instead of just letting it loose around here, draw the toes back towards the right knee. Hugging that left leg in, breathing here. You want to get some movement through the hamstring on that left side. You can extend that leg straight up. Start by drawing the toes back towards you, and then point the foot towards the ceiling, drawing it back. Bend the knee down. This helps that big old nerve, your sciatic nerve in the back of the leg. Get some movement through there. Point the foot, drawing it back, bending it down. Maybe 1 more time. Up, point, back, and switch. Great job. Lower that side down. In between legs, let's open up the front of the hips a little bit more with 3 to 5 glute bridges. So nice and gently raise those hips up. Drawing the chin in towards the chest and lower on down. 3 to 5 times at your own tempo. Opening the chest, opening the front of these hips. Fantastic. All right, and now we got to finish that figure 4 stretch. We're going to go right foot to the left thigh and, nope, that's wrong. Sorry, left foot to the right thigh and hug the right thigh in. I was like, wait, this seems familiar. Remember to draw the foot of the left foot back towards that left knee and just hold this position first. Don't worry about getting fancy with that right leg just yet. Breathe here, invite that outer hip to open. And then if you do want to add that sciatic nerve floss when you're ready, you'll extend that right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and point the toes towards the sky. Then draw those toes back towards your face as you bend that knee down and in. Good. Twice more. Extend, point, draw it towards you as you bend the knee down. Ah, good job. Once more. Up, point, draw it back, and bend her in. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. All right, roll onto your side. So if you want to roll to your left side, we're going to stretch the quads from the floor. So go ahead and bend that top leg, grabbing the foot, pulling the heel towards the glute. We're going to hold 20 seconds here. You can kind of watch the shoulder position too. Just draw the shoulder back. Make sure you're not just dropping to the downside shoulder, so try to give a little bit of engagement by lifting up out of that downside shoulder. Very good. Go ahead and switch. Either flip around or roll it over. We'll do the same thing on the right side. We're almost done. Bend that top leg, drawing it back. Remember these stretches tomorrow and the next couple of days. If you're feeling stiff, that figure 4 stretch that we did on our backs is excellent to do seated in a chair. Really easy one to do when you're out in public or waiting at the doctor's office or, you know, whatever we do. All right, release that leg and then let's finish on our back once again. We're gonna do a little, call it the frog stretch. So as you lay back, you can grab your shins or make your way towards your ankles. Bring your bottoms of your feet together and then pull your feet in towards your groin. So pull them in. Happy baby works too. Help this one a little frog stretch. Open those inner thighs. And then from there, we can move into that happy baby. Grabbing the shins or the bottoms of the feet. And then try to work your elbows on those inner thighs, kind of pushing the legs wide and just gently rocking your body side to side. Ah, like a little happy baby, no worries in the world. Fantastic, everyone. All righty, when you're all done there, go ahead and release the legs, extend the arms to overhead, straighten your legs straight out. Just think like stretch arms strong, trying to stretch from the tops of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And then when you're ready, gradually bring the arms to the sides. And I'm going to invite you to bring one hand onto your belly area, one hand onto your heart area. I'm just going to give you a minute. Be still. Feel your body flat against the ground. Everything always tends to be in a hurry in life. Whether you're working full-time, part-time, even when you're retired, it seems like we never have the time that we'd like unless we give it to ourselves. When we take the time to be still, we can practice that gratitude for ourselves, gratitude for the people in our lives, gratitude for our body. Try to release that judgment on our body. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for moving with me today. Remember to stay hydrated, especially if you're here in the Arizona weather, really anywhere. And I look forward to moving with you next time.